Utility refers to the want-satisfying power of a commodity, describing how well a product or service fulfills the desires or needs of an individual. This concept is inherently subjective, meaning that the value or satisfaction derived from a commodity can differ greatly from one person to another. For example, a cup of coffee may provide high utility to someone who enjoys caffeine, but little to someone who does not. Because utility is based on personal preferences and experiences, it cannot be measured objectively or assigned a universal value. This subjectivity is a fundamental aspect of utility in economics. Total utility refers to the overall satisfaction or benefit a consumer derives from consuming a certain quantity of goods or services. Marginal utility, on the other hand, measures the additional satisfaction gained from consuming one more unit of a good. The formula for total utility is simply the sum of the utilities from each unit consumed, while marginal utility is calculated as the change in total utility resulting from an increase of one unit in consumption. Understanding these concepts helps explain consumer choices and how demand for products is shaped by the perceived value of each additional unit. Total utility refers to the overall satisfaction a consumer derives from consuming a certain quantity of goods or services, while marginal utility measures the additional satisfaction gained from consuming one more unit. As marginal utility remains positive, total utility continues to increase, though at a decreasing rate. When marginal utility reaches zero, total utility is at its maximum, marking the point of satiation where further consumption does not add any extra satisfaction. If marginal utility becomes negative, total utility begins to decline, indicating that additional consumption actually reduces overall satisfaction. This relationship helps explain consumer choices and the limits of consumption. The law of diminishing marginal utility explains that, as a person consumes more units of a particular commodity, the extra satisfaction or utility gained from each additional unit tends to decrease. For example, the enjoyment from eating a second slice of cake is usually less than the first. This principle relies on several key assumptions. The units consumed must be identical, consumption should occur in a relatively short period, and the consumer's tastes and preferences must remain constant. The law helps economists understand consumer behavior and the choices people make when allocating their resources. It forms the basis for many concepts in demand theory and pricing strategies. Marginal utility refers to the additional satisfaction gained from consuming one more unit of a good or service. Typically, the first unit provides the highest level of satisfaction, as it fulfills an immediate need or desire. As more units are consumed, the added pleasure from each subsequent unit begins to decrease, a phenomenon known as diminishing marginal utility. Eventually, the satisfaction from additional units may drop to zero, indicating no further benefit. If consumption continues beyond this point, marginal utility can become negative, meaning that further consumption actually leads to discomfort or dissatisfaction.